moderate, safe. Things are pre-tax or after-tax, the vehicles that which you have that you can grow. So if anybody ever worked a job, everybody had a 401k, any type of retirement account, things of that nature, that's usually going to be here on this pre-tax side. Pre-tax means I put my money in, I don't pay taxes, so I'm taxed later at withdrawal. Okay, withdrawal meaning the government is going to step in and they're going to give you a limit. They're going to say, hey, you cannot touch this money until you turn 59 and a half. If you do, you are penalized 10% and you'll pay taxes at the time that you use it. So this is a more long-term play and people are aggressive with their money. What do I mean aggressive? So let's take a person's age. If I'm 30 years old, there's something called the Wall Street rule that says 30% of my assets should be safe, moderate, or safe. This should be conservative. 70% of my money should be working. So this is the idea of Wall Street. This is how you get ahead in America, quote unquote. Take your assets, 70% of it should be investing aggressively. Right, so on this side is pre-tax, after-tax, aggressive. I like after-tax meaning I've already paid taxes on this money. So when I withdraw, the money's tax-free. Things like that are like your Roth IRAs. What else is aggressive? Stocks. This is what people are purchasing and operating their own business. Real estate goes here. Anything you can think of that's aggressive. If you want to trade foreign currency, if you're purchasing gold and silver, it's all aggressive. And when I mean aggressive, by measure of risk. What type of risk are you taking on your money? Okay? So that's the aggressive line above. Moderate would be like your bond certificates. So there's something called tax-free muni bonds. Notice the tax-free keeps popping up because the idea is I want you to take my money out of the tax system. Money is taxed going in, and 9 times out of 10 is going to be tax coming out. So how can I put the money in my favor and not be taxed so much? So we want to take the money out of the tax system. So we want to invest on this side of the quadrant, the after-tax side. All right, so moderate is tax-free muni bonds, and there's something called high-yield bonds. This is a way to grow your money. All right, so when I say grow, what rates of returns are we talking about? Okay, aggressive. Now listen, I can invest in a business venture and it can yield me 100, 200, 300% return on my money. That's a great investment. So aggressive, we're searching for 10% and up, whatever that may be. Like I said, if you have a means of how you flip your money, as long as it's working for you, that's great. What are you going to do with the safe money? Now you made it. You bought this building, you put a little work in it, you sold it, and you made 100% return on your money. What are you going to do? Where are you going to place your funds in order for the next deal? Okay? Most of us are going to use a savings account. All right, so for those that have a savings account, what's the rate of return that you're getting? How much interest is this bank paying you? Everybody, what you think? 6 to 12. That is a generous bank. So
1% too.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, you're lucky if you get 1% out of a bank right now in a savings account. Lucky. Okay. I mentioned something when I first started: inflation. Inflation rises at 3%. This is the effects or cost of living adjustments. You can think of it like that. What do I mean by that? Cost of living adjustments. So let me use something political real quick. So the Democrats, they were fighting for the governor. The governor got in office, he said he was gonna raise minimum wage up to $15 an hour. What is that gonna do to the economy?
Make
Everybody
everything
think
go up.
exactly. That's inflation. So if they're gonna raise up the cost of the minimum wage, you would think that people are gonna have more money they can spend into the economy. It's gonna have an adverse effect. They're just gonna raise up the cost of everything. So everything's gonna cost more. So my dollar that I have is worth less. That's the effects over the years. So my money has to keep pace with this, meaning it has